Hello. No sound. No sound. What about no sound? Should be music. I don't have the game sound on, which, to be honest, I probably should, but I normally just leave it off. Turn that down. There you go. Can you hear anything? How's that?
Oh, it's you! Fabulous!
There you go. There you go. I've just woken up, so it's pretty much just I'm be very quiet just because I'm rebooting. Rebooting and doing a stupid game. As in this game. Which I seem to do it right on it, it's very grindy. Weird, I'm not hearing any Scrabble coin sound. No problem listening and watching while I play Stardew Valley. Oh, so you're fresh into the game. Well, what made you play it? Just because you were bored, or was it one of those games you like always wanted to play and you just never got around to doing it? Ooh. Damn. Bored of Animal Crossing New Horizons, I think. I've never played that. And tired of shooting zombies. Fair enough. Like, I play this game as a very kind of chill ADHD kind of like therapy for me. But I've been playing since... I've been streaming since the second update, but I've been playing since the beginning. So I do this every weekday. I'll just stream the game and just have a bit of fun with it. What you're seeing right now is part of the expansion pack though, so you probably won't be doing this until you buy the expansion pack. So this will look very kind of alien to you. I do this one. Yeah, I'll go that one. Damn. How are you finding it so far? Because you'll be like, what? Yeah, you've probably only unlocked what? Mickey. Probably not Donald yet. Probably Mickey, Goofy, Merlin. Probably that. Like, how deep are you into it? Oh, you bought the expensive one. I'm stuck on finding shards for Merlin. Well, unfortunately, because you only just started the game, I can't help you. Because later on, once you unlock Vanellope, you can gain multiplayer and you can actually pop around to other people's valleys. So, like, in the future, if you ever need anything, you can always pop around to mine and pick up whatever you want. The shard, okay, the shard, do you know how to get the shards? I'm more than happy to kind of like help out here because it's been a very long time since I played the beginning, so it's a bit of a test for me if I remember. Okay. You have Mickey, Donald. Oh, you got Donald already. Scrooge, Maui, Moana, and Kristoff. Nice. I think Wally will probably be your next one. Wally and or Remy. Remy will be a good one because you get his restaurant. They got the shard thing down, but the Switch is so late. Yeah, yeah, they're not very good at optimization when it comes to Switch. I hear a lot of complaints by people that normally watch the stream. I actually started streaming it early, so a lot of the regular people haven't popped around yet. So I'm a New Zealander, and it's only like 6:44 AM. So typically people start to wake up about now. But I'll show you. I've unlocked everything, so anything about the game you got a question about, just ask me and I can show you. So later on, when you unlock Vanellope, you'll be given a building, and you use that building to transport into different people's valleys. So you can actually pop around and pick up like items and stuff from people. Hopefully this doesn't take too long to load. There we go. So this is my bit of a museum that I have here. So this is the building I'm talking about. So you just basically arrive here, and there's a code that pops up that you can pop in. Thanks for some. Oh, nice. Thank you. You didn't have to. And so you arrive here, and then you can kind of just walk around the valley and do whatever. But you can get all kinds of stuff. Like, I'll show you my theme park. So this is my theme park that I've got all these rides. Including this one. It's one of my favorites. And what you can do is actually ride them. No, come on. No. If I can remember how to do it. There you go. There you go. And then you can change mode. There you go. And you can take a picture on it. Or you can do like first person mode. Or change it. There you go. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, like, people that visit your valley can't ride them yet. But we're hoping they implement that. But you can do it to all of them, so you can do it that one. There you go. Ooh. Ah, damn it. No, don't want to save it. I always forget the buttons. There we go. And then move it. Oh, you can't change a different mode there. But yeah, you can do things like that, which is pretty cool. And then you get these random spawns that give you stuff, and it's really annoying. What else can I show you? So I've got... Actually, we'll go in bird's eye view. So I've got... So that's my theme park. And kind of got stretched out there. That's my Halloween town here. I've got my little Halloween house there. Got my little gardens and all the pets and everything. You know, little haunted castle there. Over here, this is my downtown area. So these are two shops. So that's Daisy Shop, where you can actually view other people's designs, so you can actually make your own unique clothing. And you can, oh, that's Scrooge's shop. Oh, that's where we started there. And a few other things. This is my Taste of Asia kind of area here. Kind of got that, just, it's rather fresh and growing. Trying to work out how I'm going to do it. This is my Toontown, which isn't that great at the moment because there's not a lot of Toontown stuff in the game yet. This is my Mousetown area. So I got Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, and Oswald there. Down here is my Duckburg. There's Daisy's, and that's Donald's. And a little beach house there. This is my fish market, and I've got all the fish you can get in the game, just listed like there. And when multiplayer is enabled, because you basically turn on and off in multiplayer, so people can't just jump in. People can actually come by and just pick stuff off the tables, and they get like a stack of them. So it's kind of a way of like giving stuff out to people. So this is my 3D Disney area. So this is Moana over here. This is Wreck-It Ralph, I should say. I'm over here. It's not that great. It's not the greatest area over here. This little, yeah, not happy with it. This is Encanto. It's Mirabelle's, and this is Tangled. So Mother Gothel. And this is my Pixar area. So this is my Wally and Eve area here. This is my Monsters Inc. area, so that's Mike and Sully. That's my Seeing Red area here. Even though the character's not in the game, I kind of still make an area. This is my up area. So I've got the house that kind of flies up in the air, which I think is really cool. It comes down eventually. But I think maybe I'm in edit mode, so it won't come down. Ooh. Ooh. No, it doesn't seem to be coming down. It normally comes down. Oh yeah, these are some of my shops there. So I've got Al's Toy Barn. I've got Flo's. These aren't actually shops; they're more like house skins. I've got a little booth here. I've got Pizza Planet there. Our Ratatouille's area here. So Remy's restaurant, which you should be getting soon. You should get this building rather soon. I think it's probably the next character. Once you unlock Remy, you'll get that character. And you'll get his house as well, which is right here next to it. And I've got my frozen area up here. So the characters are frozen. Right here. And this is my Christmas area, which I'm redesigning at the moment. And that's all just in Dreamlight Valley. And what I'll do is I'll show you other aisles. So with the expansion pack, they introduced what they call the Eternity Aisle, which is basically another area you can design and add stuff to. Oh, that all looks amazing. Now set up. It's the crazy of a bit of OCD and ADHD. Like, I'm never happy with it, and I keep on redesigning it and ruining it. As you'll see here, this is the one I've probably redesigned the most. So over here, so this is this is Cinderella's area. The pathing's not down, as you can see. I've actually just redesigned it. So this is Cinderella. So fairy godmother. This is Little Mermaid. So that's so we've got Ursula's house. Whoop. Ursula's house, Ariel's house, and Eric's castle there. And got a little bonus house there. Now, little tip, once you get Eric, which Eric is a little bit hard to get, but once you got him, he actually gives you free, every day it refreshes, you get free, like, recipes inside of his house that you can pick up, but you have to get that first. This is Beauty and the Beast area, so I've got Beast and Belle there, so that's Beast Castle and Belle's cottage, and Gaston's there as well. Well, these are all my plants and stuff. And come up here, there's a couple of housing. That's actually Lady in the Tramp house, right, that one. What's over here? So this, so everything on Eternity Isle is my 2D Disney, so like classic 2D Disney movies. So that's Merlin's place over here. As you can see, I'm kind of I'm remodeling everything in this area at the moment. This is Stitch's joint over here, which a lot of stuff is missing, oddly. Hold up, maybe we'll just port over there. Sometimes it doesn't load right when you're looking at bird's eye view. Why is there a big gap here? That doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I must have erased something and just never replaced it. Anyway, that's Stitch's place. This is going to be the Aladdin joint, Jafar's, but I don't know what I'm going to do with that area yet. Work in progress. And this is the Lion King. And this is the little hub for the whole aisle, where I put all the... See, all the tables are here. Yeah, there you go. These are some little houses I've got here. And this is Princess and the Frog, which was just introduced. This is my big garden of critters. This is my other theme park that I've got with ride-specific 2D Disney ones. So that's Aladdin, that's Dumbo, and that's Alice in Wonderland. And then a little maze that's there. And I got Mulan there. So there's quite a lot of work I need to do in this area, but I hardly ever use it. I'm kind of like, at the moment, working on Dreamlight Valley, and then once that one's on point of where I want it to be, I'll start working on this area. So it's just doing a little bit at a time. Just remodeling everything now that everything's unlocked. Well, it's been unlocked for a while, but like, they're not adding any new content anytime soon. But yeah, that's the grand tour. And it's a snake you can get. You can get cobras. It's really cool. Well, if you're curious about anything or any questions, or you need even help, let me know, and I can help you out. I'm more than happy to do it, and it's something that happens quite regularly with my streams. I mean, obviously, there's not a lot of people here that watch my streams, but the idea is that, you know, the ones that do like playing the game, we kind of just always just talk about it and bring up like how-to guides, and I kind of will show how to find stuff. The best resource is the wiki. There's the Dreamlight Valley wiki that is really, really good. So if you ever get stuck on any quests or anything like that, always use it.
Meeting someone like you gives me hope.
But one common thing people seem to do, and this is a trend, and even I notice it, is a lot of the time people watch someone playing Dreamlight Valley while they play Dreamlight Valley as well. I think it's just the type of game that it is. It's like design games and things like that. It's one of those ones that's really easy to do both. So you're not alone with what you're doing. You're playing the game and watching at the same time. I'm stuck on the Nightshard quest, got 4, and the ground won't light up for the 5th time. Restarted numerous times, but that's the same issue with the Switch, it sucks. Pretty sure they're random, so a lot of time the Night Shards that you get, they're a random spawn, in the same way like wood and stuff is spawned. I'll actually just break it up, hold on. Alright, let's find the actual one that you're on. Alright, so here. We're here. Now, if memory serves me right, because it's a Merlin one, right? Which one is it? It's one of these ones. I can't remember. What's the quest name again? No, it's not that. That's great power. No, it's not that one. Crystal Mystery Quest. Oh, that one. A Crystal Mystery. That one. Yeah. It's a friendship quest. Okay, so it's not a story. It's not a story one. So it's not. Friendship ones only come from when you gain certain levels with the actual companions, but they shouldn't be essential to the game. Go the 5 Night Shards. All right, so What's an easy way to do this? Night shards. The night shards are random spawns. Then they shouldn't be. So it doesn't matter how many times you reset the game. You just have to wait, basically. I'm trying to find. You can find them all over Dreamlight Valley as well. So I would recommend, if you can't find it yet, just keep on working on the other stuff. Like opening up new areas and stuff, like the Dreamlight, by paying Dreamlight. Yeah, so the Night Shards... Oh, you can craft it using Onyx as well. There you go. You should have got this. Do you have that gem yet? The question is, do you have this gem anywhere in your inventory? You should get it from just mining anything. Yeah, 4. Alright, cool. So, I'll show you. If you go to... we'll switch back over... Switch over back to here. So, if you go to a crafting table... and you go to refine material, you should be able to see that night shard. That should fix it for you. At least speed it up, because you only need one more. So just use one onyx to make 3 night shards and you're done. No, you have one in the front of your house. But at least you know now if you need, because you will need those shards again. And I played at a time when that onyx wasn't even in the game yet, which made grinding for night shards very difficult. Because you'll need night shards to make purified night shards that you need for quests. So.
All right. Yeah.
There you go. At least that way. Now I wonder. You should have Remy's quest though. I wonder what comes out of that one. Oh yeah, you'll need a purified night shard. Yeah.
When your hands on the farm.
Oh god, Dad.
There's a lot you need. On hand. When you need it.
Well, the one time I don't use my normal music. What do I give for it? No, just friendship. Oh. Must lead to another one. I'm just looking at the wiki now because I'm curious. It's just been so long. Oh, cool, yeah. If you keep going with the questline, you should improve your watering can, which will make your life a bit easier. this? This is a prison I made yesterday. A bunch of people in stream wanted me to make a prison. Try and trap all the characters in there. Which I did. Why is Stitch here? Stitch shouldn't be here.
Just stay up all night.
Hello? Hello? Woohoo!
There you go.
You have yourself a great night.
Oh, what do I need? Just anything for seafood. Or 5 meals for seafood.
Look at them jewels just sparkling up there.
There you go. Who did that? Oh, it's Oswald. No. What should I do today? Let's fix up those. What a weird kind of boundary, that weird line. Alright, what's the current challenge? I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah, there's the house government. There we go. That's what you could stand on it.
I can't believe how many.
make a path. Oh. Up down there. And These across here. That's so I got the rising house. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's one of those ones that just really stick out. Sadly, it's a premium house, so you have to buy it. But you can get free moonstones or enough currency to enough of the premium currency to buy it. And it's one of the good things about this game is that even though there are some stuff that are premium items, there is a way in game to get enough to buy it. There's so many games out there that don't do that, which is very frustrating. And luckily, there's no pay-to-win element to it as well. Really good. I think that's why some games pretty much die, is adding in a pay-to-win element instead of it just being purely cosmetic. I think that's where Overwatch went wrong. When they started to make things, or skins and all that, having some kind of advantage on the battlefield. Just think how I want to do this. No, leave that now. I've probably done the seafoods now. Cool. And
How fortuitous. Just who I was hoping to speak to.
that was weird. I was standing like literally over there. You could have just walked over this guy.
Greetings.
Oh, another thing that you may need to be aware of. Apparently, you're the only one that can solve anything in the island. So expect to be doing literally everything.
Uh-huh. You may leave.
Hey, it's you! Great job!
Oh, let's take those.
My, my. The valley is looking splendid, my
I guess the great kings of the past watch over this place too.
Hey, Kiwi, how are you going? Good morning to you. Trying to find Ariel's crafting table. Can't remember what it's called. I'm gonna check the wiki out. I found the wiki search engine way easier than the in-game one. Ariel. Crafting table. I don't know how. Craft table? Why is it so hard to find a simple thing on this damn game? Craft table doesn't work either. Game, man, sometimes. Station, that's it, station. God damn it. Crafting station. Oh, that's right. Ariel's crafting station, that's what it's called. Alright, I don't have any doubles. Alright, we'll have to build another one. I'm pretty all goods. Trying to figure out what I'm going to do first today. How you been? I've been alright. I'm very tired. I woke up like 4 AM today. And I just couldn't sleep. You know one of those days where you just wake up and you just don't go to sleep. Back to sleep. Even though you're tired as hell. That was today. Turns out needing a heart transplant, you just get tired all the fucking time. And that's my problem right now. I'm tired and I can't sleep, and it's very annoying. And the medication just wakes me up, which reminds me I have to take my meds today. Like pill ASMR. Today I'll be taking 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 different drugs. Yeah, Willy Wonka up in here, yeah. Tip to anyone out there: don't need a heart transplant. It's a bitch. There we go. Anyway, back to the game. I'm just minimizing what I'm looking at to remind myself how to do this one. Alright. It should be... How come I can't build it? Do I have to buy it? Alright. It can be crafted and collected by using a crafting station during the quest. And after completing the quest, the recipe will remain in the crafting menu. Doesn't seem to be there. Oh, maybe it's under here. The annoying thing about this, you can't put in alphabetical order or any logical searching way. Oh, there it is. So Ariel's crafting station for some reason isn't under functional items with all the other crafting stations. That's very annoying. Alright, so... There you go. I noticed that for some reason it removes the pathing below it, underneath it. Because they never intended this to be an item you could actually get after the quest. They never optimized it enough. Which is dumb. Because this item used to be like, once you complete the quest, that's it. And they actually had to introduce it back into the game because people kept on demanding for it to be in the game. I Spy Birdie, hello. Morning, you're up early. I'm up at this time every day. Yeah, every day I'm up this early. Well, actually an hour earlier than this. So, 6:30 until 7:30. Monday to Friday. But thank you. And hello.
I can't believe I found Simba. And he's alive.
Your alarm just went off. Fair enough. I realised I just laughed just like you typed. But yeah, Monday to Friday, 6:30 AM to 8:30 AM every day. Or Monday to Friday, I stream this game. Even if I'm just standing around doing nothing, it's part of my ADHD routine, which I'm feeling like I'm back doing again, which I'm really enjoying. Dropped off a little while there. Stupid heart problems. Now I have to kind of design my final version of the valley before the next expansion pack, so that's what I'm working towards now. And then I'm going to do a little like a YouTube video of like a grand tour of, and that's like a snapshot of the valley at that time. I was going to do one before they released the last expansion, but I just never got round to doing it, sadly. It's not that early, mind you. I get up at 5:30 most mornings. It is early for anyone with any common sense. It's early. But I'm a crazy person. Did you finish the DLC finale? Yes, I did. Almost done. Inside. Yes, it is. And it's a really cool teaser to the next expansion as well, which I won't spoil, but you've probably already seen it around. But I mean, to be honest, it was a little bit anticlimactic. It finished like super quickly. And I expected a little bit more meat towards it, but it felt like something that they had already designed and that they weren't really tweaking at all. Hey, I got plenty of common sense, more like lacking sanity. Yeah, exactly. Common sense, lack of sanity. What's really the difference nowadays, let's be honest. Yeah, I've seen the cliffhanger, I'm excited for the next villains. I'm excited too. I think a lot of people are getting a little bit ahead of themselves though. Because everyone's like, oh, we're going to get Hercules, and we're going to get Meg, and we're going to get Sleeping Beauty, Aurora, that's her name. And I was like, you guys realize that we got Jafar this time, but we didn't get any other characters from that movie. Like, we got no Aladdin, we got no Genie, you got no Jasmine? Yeah, Jasmine. I think people just need to like realize it's like they can introduce a whole wealth of characters. We got characters I think no one really expected. Like we got Tangled, Rapunzel, Eve, and Gaston. I mean, Oswald is the only one that really ties into the theme about like lost in time and stuff.
This valley has so much to explore.
Common sense is so different. Common sense is having smarts on your day-to-day tasks. I know. I'm just having fun. I felt like they're going into the Descendants, even though they're not Disney. I do not. Oh, I don't know. My niece is really into it. The Descendants are like the descendants of like classic Disney characters, right? Yeah, they definitely won't go with that direction because they will only ever introduce characters that are actually classic characters because they need to like. Believe it or not, the demographic that plays this game isn't the demographic that would watch the Descendants, I reckon. I reckon it's more of a more like 20s and 30s that play at the moment. And they're the ones that have money too. So I'd be surprised if they go in that direction at all. Switch that over. What am I doing? So I'm going a bit crazy.
Everyone here has been wonderful.
Well, but I'm super curious of what they're gonna introduce though, because when you start to think they're starting to run out of characters that would be the staples, you know. You got your Frozen, you got Wally, you got all that in there. So, and I think Oswald's the first example of them starting to go into the well of unknown characters, or like less common characters, or less familiar characters, which I hope they do more. Because it feels like they have less limitations when it comes to quests if they start to go into stuff like that. I've got no idea what Disney movie you're on about. So the Descendants were a made-for-TV series. Think of like High School Musical, you know how that was on TV initially? Well, Descendants is still on TV. But essentially it was a Disney made-for-TV movie called Descendants, and it's about the descendants of classic Disney characters, like the villains specifically, like Maleficent and all that. So they're grandkids. And I've never watched it, so I don't know how deep they go with it, but like, there's quite a lot there. I think there's 4 or 5 different movies because they have spin-off movies as well. I've got it on my Plex because I downloaded them all for my niece. So I'm gonna bring up my Plex real quick. Descendants, where are you? D. Alright, so I got 5 films. So I've got Descendants, Descendants 2, Under the Sea, Descendants short story, Descendants 3, and then Descendants Rise of Red. There you go. So there's 5 different ones, including a short one. Never seen that show in my life. Yeah, I think it's more for people in the 2010s, I would say, would know about it. That's kind of that demographic. And mainly American, because we don't really get a lot of Disney Disney Channel over here. Not a lot of people have cable TV. If it was on DVD, it might have chance. Yeah, I guess, yeah. DVD, you would have a shot. But yeah, it was one of those, I wouldn't say sleeper hits, but it was one of those ones that just... People enjoyed. I wasn't one of them. I just never seen it. I like the concept, though. The concept's good. That's one of the sometimes the annoying things about some movies that come out. It's like, it's designed for kids, and it's not like a Pixar design for kids where adults can enjoy it too. It's like purely designed for kids, but the concept is actually rather interesting. But it's just not your jam. You're like, I think it was like one of those ones. Like, I think the concept of like the descendants of Disney villains, and you know, them facing that dilemma of like being a villain. How's that, you know? How would that kind of weigh on your conscience? It's like being the child of a mass murderer. Like, how do you deal with that? How do you deal with having relatives that are that evil? So I like that concept. Seeing those 2 villains coming in the next DLC are the parents of the Descendants' main character. Ah, okay. I saw them and thought, no, Gameloft wouldn't go there, otherwise they'll have to mess with villains more and add characters children to. Yeah, they definitely wouldn't add them, I don't think. Because one, they would have to pay for the likeness of the characters, which is a whole new kettle of fish. But I don't think they would go there at all. I mean, they could. I mean, let's be honest. Anything Disney related is on the table, so they could technically do it. But I don't think they're going to grab people with big wallets in if they introduce a Descendants character. If a Descendants character comes along, I don't think all of a sudden they're going to get a wave of people playing the game. I think the ones that would be like watching the Descendants will probably be playing this game already. Much likely. That's my best guess anyway.
Meeting someone like you gives me hope.
Which shouldn't. I'm glad. Beast and Belle's son is married to Maleficent and Hades' son. What? Beast and Belle's son is married to Maleficent and Hades' son. That just feels like a sentence that was made up. Technically it was, because it's a story, but still. What a wild thing, though. Walt Disney would hate that. And that's what makes that funny. Mainly because he wasn't a very nice person. How come I can't put on there? Oh no, I can't. Alright. No, daughter. Ah, daughter. Mel and Hades' daughter. Ah. Beast and Belle's son is married to Maleficent and Hades' daughter. Okay, he would be more okay with that, sadly. Damn. I feel like that would have been very risque, though. It would have been like, what a leap on that one. You probably would have heard about it more. Like, there'll be some kind of, like, headline of, like, Disney's gone woke and all that stuff. Like, that's what I hate about the term woke. Woke just means being open-minded. It's like, go woke, go broke. Go open-minded or go broke. I'm like, I'd rather go broke. Because the other option is being a dick. And we've seen that. And that never really, like, works. At all. When has, like, not being a dick worked? Oh no, when has being a dick worked? Only in the sense of being a billionaire. If you want to become a billionaire, you have to be a dick. Sorry, my brain not braining. That's alright. It was funny though. Because it was a wild sentence. I never will ever buy into the whole go woke, go broke idea. Pretty much, as long as the story's interesting and it's a good watch, it doesn't matter. The only problem is when people use that sentence, it's basically they are against an idea, and if the idea doesn't work out, they have to list a label on why, and they have to make it political. You ever considered maybe it was just a bad story? I mean, that's why sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. It's got nothing to do with going woke or any of that bullshit. It's just if it's a good story or not. No. Oh, what should we go now? I think the most recent one that really pissed me off is the whole Star Wars thing of everyone hating on it before they actually saw it. The Acolyte, whatever, show. So many people hated on it and then never gave it a chance to just spit it away. I've seen it. I've seen clips of it. I'm a big Star Wars nerd, but I just haven't gone into Star Wars recently because of life. Got Star Wars behind me. Yeah, the Star Wars up there. I have to decorate my aisle map again. I don't like it. Yeah, I'm kind of trying to find my final form for it. My aisle is kind of a mess, so I'm working on it. I don't know, as soon as I see anything to do with work on social media, I keep scrolling. Well, I mean, woke... The term woke implies you're open-minded. But if you're against woke, you're against being open-minded. Which, you know, if you're against that, you can go fuck yourself. I'm sorry. Like, the whole point of life is to be open-minded. And if you're against that, then what's the freaking point of doing anything? Because it means you're never going to be open to anyone's ideas or anyone's opinion, because you're going to always believe yours is right. Woke folks seem crazy for being open-minded. Woke folks seem cray-cray for being open-minded. Well, I'm woke. Do I seem cray-cray? I mean, you obviously will see, you'll probably see the crazy on the internet, because that's just the way it is. I'm technically woke, even though no one can really define what woke is. Yeah, Acolyte wasn't that bad. I don't understand the hate for it. It's just people kicking up a fuss for no reason. That could be what... Yeah, exactly. So this is the problem with, like, woke. Like, the pure definition of woke is being socially aware. Like, being okay with homosexuality, with transgender, all that kind of stuff. That's pretty much what it seems like it all kind of points towards the wokeness of it. So if you're okay with that, or you support people, you know, you support gay marriage or trans rights and so forth, you are technically woke. The problem is that when people take it a bit too far, that's when you start to see the extremes that people use against the idea. And throughout society, when society changed, wokeness is a thing. Like, wokeness could be like, back in the day, could be women's rights. Like, that could be seen as woke back then. But nowadays, the term is just being more socially, you know, and the problem is people take it way too far, to a point where people use those too far examples as a reason why it's bad, which is not. I mean, New Zealand culture's always been ahead when it comes to social issues. And that's the one thing I'm very proud about. And so that's why if you're for those rights, you're technically woke. It's just making sure that you phrase it in a way of like, I'm against this extreme of it. I'm not against the concept altogether. So when you say go woke, go broke, technically, if you agree with that, you're agreeing with being trans or homophobic, sadly. And that's why you have to be very careful when, depending on the side of the fence you sit on. I honestly think the reason why these stories don't work is because they're just bad storytelling. That's all it comes down to. Except that, unless I don't understand what happened, I can't agree with something I don't understand, it's unrelatable. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, well, actually, it makes sense, but I also disagree with it, because I don't understand a lot about science. But I can also agree that is the thing. Like, I don't really understand how gravity works, but I accept that it exists. And I agree it exists. I don't understand it, but I agree with it. So, I mean, there has to be some objective thinking of it as well. But I guess I'm talking about that's more scientific than sociological, so it's a little bit different kind of things. That's why I scroll past it. I'm just after pictures and getting related stuff on social media. I don't get how people can accept others for what opinion. Yeah, I think that's... Yeah, it's pretty rough seeing some of the stuff out there, especially how, like, it doesn't affect you whatsoever. Like, if they can prove it negatively affects a whole bunch of people against their will, then I would be against it. But if someone's like, I'm trans, I want to go through doing all that, and I will be happier once I do, I'll be like, alright, go nuts. It's got nothing to do with me. And one of the common arguments they have, or people throw back at it, is, well, what if it's taxpayer funded? What if, you know... which I don't know how it can be, because a lot of, like in New Zealand at least, a lot of the medical stuff, there has to be an accident involved or something outside of your control. So, but at the end of the day, the whole point of society is to make everyone happy, right? Or to try your best to make people happy in the society you live in. Yeah, people are going to milk the system. Some people are going to take advantage of the system. Of course, you get that no matter what you do. You could be the most strictest government in the world, even the most, I'm not going to say the NAZI name, but even they had people that took advantage of the system. So, and they were the biggest dicks of all. My weakness is usually medical and mentally. Because I've been in and out of hospital since I was born. I can't complain. I have family members who are on the spectrum, and I tell one person to get judged for and I get judged for accepting this person for who they are. I have no judgmental thoughts, not really, to be honest. I think everybody does. It's just I think the degrees change depending on the subject. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's only human to judge something. It's just a question. There's a difference between judging something and actions upon that judgment. Like, I could not like you. I'm just saying you as a general term. I could not like you, but I have the ability to not punch you in the face. There's a difference. I can not like you and not punch you in the face. But I could not like you and punch you in your face. Those are two different outcomes there. Even though the first bit is exactly the same. Don't like being in people's business. Don't want to talk about my situation, not theirs. Yeah, I want to talk about my situation, not theirs. Yeah, that's fair. And that's fair. And, you know, people have different degrees of it. And I think... I mean, a lot of people look at this as overall societal effects on certain things. And at the end of the day, a lot of the stuff people are saying have an overall societal effect have existed for, like, hundreds of years. Transgenderism been around for a very, very, very long time. Homosexuality, probably even longer. All that stuff has existed for a long time. The only difference now is we're trying to figure out how to talk about it openly and everyone being okay with it instead of being shamed. And I think that's why a lot of the trouble comes. That's because I ideally don't want to get in trouble. Plenty of people I could have done that before I prefer my freedom. Yeah, I mean, but that's also been part of a society. It's like part of the society is realizing a whole bunch of people in your society you're not going to agree with, and you're not going to like. The whole point of making it work is that we're part of a community that are all just trying to live the best life without hurting each other. Oh, that one. And that's what we have to go through. We've gone through generations of just trying to figure out what's the right formula to make this work, to be okay with all the BS we give each other. And that's why we've got police, and that's why we've got all these other things. Which is why I think investing or putting money into social issues is so important, because everyone is messed up in their own way. But we have a choice of whether we help those people or not. And there will be some people that take advantage of it. It's the nature of it all. It's just a question of like, are we going to disadvantage the entire population because of a couple people, not even a couple people, a bunch of people, like let's say 5% of the population being dicks about it? Because there are a lot of people that need help through the social systems and legitimately use that help for the right reasons. And let's say 95% of the people that do that. I mean, when we talk about 5% of the population, I don't mean in like 5% in every kind of city or town or whatever. I'm talking 5% across the entire country. So if we look at New Zealand population, all right. So let's go New Zealand. Oh, actually, what is the population of New Zealand right now? Population of NZ. So it's 5 million, 5.124 million. All right. Go calculator. We got 5.124 million. All right. So we'll divide that by 0. Oh no, we multiply that. Can't just go away. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. All right. We'll times that by 0. So we'll times it by 5%. That's 256,000 people. Now let's say of that 5% of people, 5% of that take advantage. So let's say that 5% of people are on some kind of social benefit regarding it could be unemployment, could be sickness, could be invalids, could be even ACC. So let's say 5% of that population actually takes advantage of the system, which is actually, it's less than that 5%, but let's just do this for example. So that's 12,000 people throughout the entire country of 5 million people, which may seem like a lot. It isn't when you look at the 5 million people. So if you knew 10 or 12,000 people were taking advantage of the system, but 244,000 people. So 244,000 people were benefiting from this program, but 12,000 were taking advantage of it. Would you still do the program? That's what it basically comes down to when people say are people taking advantage of the system. So I guess the question is that what's more important, the 244,000 people or the 12,000 people? And don't get me wrong, the 12,000 people would get caught, and most likely would, and typically they do eventually get caught. It just may take a while. It may take years. Some of them get caught within months, but at the end of the day, you know, they're still taking advantage of the system. I was looking at all the different benefits that are available, and holy heck, Labour implemented so many more benefits than when I was on it. Well, that's because they had to get more. No. The reason why they implemented it is to define the benefit more, because what was happening is people were on the unemployment or invalid benefits that weren't actually technically invalid or unemployed. It was just the closest one to match the condition that they were on. So when they introduced more benefits, it wasn't increasing the amount of people that were on benefits, it was defining them better. And that was one of the issues they would have with a lot of case management, is that everyone, you would be like given like 10 cases of unemployment, but they weren't all technically unemployment, because when you started to go for the individual cases, there was some like medical stuff, but it didn't reach the definition for invalid and yada yada yada. So that was mainly the reason I implement, and that's why it's something that National had on when they were doing everything, were going for the election cycle, and that they pointed out all these benefits they introduced. They kind of neglected the actual number that was before and after. They just implied like, look at all these benefits they introduced, that means more people are on it. No, they're just defining them better so they can get better outcomes. Because what's more likely is someone that's on if you got a group of 20 people on the same bit of unemployment, or 5 groups of 4, and you divvy them out to special case managements, you're going to get better results. I mean, that's just the nature of it, because they'll be more specialized in that area. And that's not me like saying I'm pro-Labour. No, I think both of them are terrible as each other. But context matters. And if you lose that context, it means people are gaining an advantage that's not really an advantage to gain. Because ultimately, I do think it was a good idea. And I believe getting more specialized outcomes. Whether they got those outcomes, I don't know. I just know that was the intention behind the reason why they implemented so many. Exactly my point. I don't condone violence, but mindset isn't the best case of judgment. My current situation is with MSD, Wynn's Nightmare. The one that's going on at the moment, not great for me. It's stressing me out. I've had to bring my dad in and become an agent because I get confused. No, it's always good to have an advocate. Yeah, definitely good, because when you're in that situation, you stress out. But if you have a third party, well, not really a third party, someone that actually gives a damn about you, but doesn't affect their life, sometimes they can look at it from a different angle. So there's nothing wrong with that. My washing machine broke, and I went in to see the Gwyn's and to help me and pay them back because I had no kids and I wasn't eligible one. I mean, that makes sense. But the problem is that the washing machine isn't an essential, because there is a way you can go to like a public washer. I guess that makes sense.
Power is the only key to real happiness.
Because I mean, if I could get money for having a washing machine break or something like that, I would definitely do that. I would have done that years ago. I seem to break washing machines quite regularly. At the moment, health benefits are getting cut for the there's heaps of cuts coming through for the past 3 months because they won't accept my medical certificate. Yeah, it's now extremely hard to get benefits, and legitimate people are missing out, which is hard to hear about. I can't mention anything that's happening at work, but yeah, it's getting rough out there. I don't know. I've been seeing my case manager tomorrow. Dad told me to shut up, and so I'm just gonna listen. No, don't do that. I would say pay attention. Don't shut up, because they're making decisions on your life. You should definitely, even if you don't really understand it, you should definitely be part of the conversation. Because if anything goes wrong with your case manager, let's say your dad's taken out of the equation, they can bring up conversations that took place at that time, and you will have no idea. I don't think that's me personally. I don't think that's a good idea, but I mean, I can't tell you what to do. So at the end of the day, I would say just be careful with that, because it's your life, and I think you don't need to say anything. Just pay attention. That's why my ADHD medication actually plays an advantage there, because I know with my medication I know when to shut up now. The first time signing up was to be a caregiver for my mum, and they suggested my parents to remortgage the house support. Yeah, unfortunately that's part of the criteria. After she passed, I got 3 months, and my case manager told me the best thing to it was full-time employment. Yeah, sounds about right. Not where I was at the time. Closest was in Whangarei, but at the same time I was being told others that they got it and should be able to look elsewhere. It gets different rules for different folk. No, I've heard that quite regularly. I've had a few people in that same scenario. I think they even told my sister to go back to work after my brother-in-law died. She was devastated. She was a damn widow, and she still got told. It does also depend on. Yeah, it depends on the certain factors. It depends on the government at the time. Depends on the legislation. It depends on the budget for that year as well. A lot of people think it's just one rule applies for like 4 years or whatever. Nah, it's got to do with the financial budget as well. That's done every year. Sadly, sometimes it does depend on your location because of the not the right staff being there. But your experience that you've told me there, it's quite similar to other experiences I've heard here in Wellington and down in Christchurch as well. It's sad because it should help people out there, but there's yeah. I mean, the only way to get around that is to put more money into the system, which people don't want to do. It's just like you can't have both ways. You can't kick people off social welfare and expect good results from social welfare. I think things are going to get a lot worse before they get better for a lot of people, sadly. Just based off historical evidence of when this happened before. Could be wrong. Hope I am wrong, because I don't want people to suffer. But historically, when these kind of cuts happen, it's normally the regular folk there. They get shafted. Mainly the poorer areas. Where I've seen on the systems for years, I don't know, it gets me alright. I just need help and it wasn't there for me. I wonder what makes point tax is for, just to benefit others at the end of the day. Well, I mean, have you seen some of the money that we're paying? Especially there was I can't mention a lot of this stuff because I'm supposed to be politically neutral. No, I won't mention any of that stuff. I think the problem with social welfare is that you can't approve everybody. And the ones that we do decline, typically the margins are very fine. And they don't, and the case managers aren't making the call. I definitely know a lot of the time the case managers don't make the call with the majority of the ones that don't want to do it. Hello, what game is this? This is Disney Dreamlight Valley. Even though we're talking about very, very serious issues, this is Disney Dreamlight Valley. I think social welfare works. I mean, there's a lot of countries, I think in Europe especially, that has really good social welfare programs, and a lot of the time it's because they've put so much money into social welfare. And by social welfare, I also mean healthcare as well. If you put a lot of money into mental health, physical health, and social welfare, you tend to have less people in desperate situations. But for some reason, that evidence just is ignored when people run for government every 4 years. No one's like, I'm going to run for government and I'm going to put all our extra money into social welfare and healthcare. For some reason, they don't never say that, and then they end up cutting it. It's just a nice thing. Last thing my case manager told me was get a night shift job. I cared for my mother from 5 in the morning to 11 at night, and had to get a night shift job in between. I'm guessing what? It sounds like they didn't define you as a caregiver based off that. And if they can't legally define you as a caregiver, they can't give you the benefit. So they have to put you on unemployment. I think that's what it sounds like, but I was denied supportive living payments twice. That really annoyed me because I think it was when my case manager was removing hospital letters, which were more than 12 months. She didn't give me the total mobility card statements. technically I'm supposed to be off work. Like, with my heart condition and needing the transplant, I'm not supposed to be working, but I have to, because I don't qualify for a good benefit. I think I can qualify for an invalid's benefit, but it's not enough to live off. I can technically work from home. Apparently the health board thinks I'm not disabled enough, but yeah, it's the saddest thing is that criteria is getting tighter, because of pressures that are coming from the wider organizations with all the cuts, and and it sounds like there's going to be more as well, which I'm terrified, because I'm terrified what's going to happen when I need a heart transplant, or when they finally find something for me. I think my experience going through the system is going to be a lot different, and I struggled a lot. And it's one of the it's one of the big things for me that I'm worrying about, is going through it all again. When I last went to hospital a couple of weeks ago for a test, they did a right heart catheter study where they just shove a big needle down my neck. They couldn't even find a bed for me. So I ended up getting it and had to pull out terminal papers, and they were like, "Do you agree?" Like, what the fuck? Yeah, that you shouldn't have so much trouble there. So it's hard because
Everyone
my
here
dad is
wonderful.
my dad's struggling because he voted for. Can't say that. Let's just say it's certain people in my life are struggling because of decisions they made of the last election that's now impacting me. And I get it. And they didn't know that all this was going to happen, but I mean, if it wasn't me, it would have been somebody else anyway. So, I mean, I think it's just a lot more in their face now. And they constantly tell me I should be off work and I shouldn't be working. I'm like, what other option is there? Like, I can't. Yeah, I think sometimes I get frustrated that some people don't realize things until it's too late, but like, I don't really want to say too much, but plants some money trees, yeah. I think just everyone just was like, if the current, I'm sure this will fix everything, and then it doesn't, and then everything's. Now I'm stuck in job seekers, and been on it since I was 18. Now I'm in my 30s. They wanted to get me off it. So you've been on for 12 years? They want me to work with support. They gave me a work broke a few weeks ago, and they asked me if I needed assistance getting a driver's license when I'm legally deaf, blind, impaired on the left side of my face, a birth defect, yet health board says I'm not qualified to be legally disabled. Yeah, that's the issue with underfunding. Yeah, that's classic underfunding. There is that they have to be so tight with the qualification.
As usual,
Yeah, it sucks because I think what's frustrating is that this is all fixable. Like, but no political party wants to go against the people that have the money, because they need the money to get into parliament. But the people that are going well enough, like going decently, they have a good salary and stuff, they don't see this kind of stuff. They don't see all that stuff, all the like frontline stuff. And I mean, to be fair, I do know there's a lot of people like myself that, you know, I like to think I'm reasonably well off, that does see it. And I'm not saying that no one does. But it's quite clear enough people don't see it. That it just makes me sad. What a cherry stream we're having. Yeah, Thomas said no driving. Well, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if a doctor says you can't legally do it, I'm surprised they're pushing back on that. Well, to be fair, my doctor said no working. I did it anyway, so. I also said no driving too. Yeah, it seems a bit weird. I like, admittedly though, like, just to be on this, like, not their side, but just from this perspective, they're under heaps of pressure to get people off the benefit at the moment. Like, a lot. Like, more than they probably have in years. I mean, they've always had the pressures to get people off, you know, the benefit there, and it's only been... I know a few people that work in the area, and they said it's only been... They've worked there for, I think, 23 or 22 years, and they said it's only been like a couple of years in that whole length of time where they were not pushing people to come off the benefit and trying to get people
I can't believe
they would, I wouldn't say getting people on the benefit, they were just like more receptive to helping people.
keep believing
But
in
now it's the one rule from the big guys upstairs is just to get people off the benefit because they want to use it as a way of like saying, look how much good we've done, even though it's most of the time people getting off the benefit end up back on it anyway, because it doesn't fix the problem. It just removes the solution that you're currently exploring, but it doesn't ultimately fix the problem. And that's where the money should go. It should go into fixing the problem instead of like getting people, because that's the problem with like getting people off the benefit. They go around saying, look how much people got off the benefit, but then they never mention how many people go back on the benefits shortly after they get off it. So like, I've seen some. I think I saw them. I think when the last government was in Labour, I think this is they posted up. They would display how many people got off the benefit, but they counted people that, like, as many times they came off the benefit. So in a year period, you could go on the benefit 3 times. They would count that as 3 people. Well, they wouldn't say people. They would just say 3 people came off the benefit, and technically that's right because it was 3 people. It just was the same person. It helps the government as jobs are available. Laughing because yes and no. It doesn't help the government if there's it helps the government if there's jobs available, but it's bad for the economy if there's too many people unemployed because no one's buying anything, which is what we're seeing in the CBDs at the moment in Wellington and Christchurch. Probably less in Christchurch, probably more in Wellington. Is that because a lot of the a lot of people are working from home, so we've got that aspect, but you also got people, well, the people that actually are required to come to the CBD, which a lot of the time are government workers, are gone. And so it's bad for the economy. Because I definitely don't have any expendable income to spend. Like, if I was made to go to work in town every day, I would not have any expendable income to spend on anything. I'm deaf in my left ear and blind in my right eye. Oh, left eye. Damn. Yeah, they still want me to work 15 hours a week. So part-time. That's less than part-time, actually. So part-time is 36 hours. So less half part-time. 2018, they sent me to unpaid volunteer job to give me experience in retail and receptionist jobs. Because I can't get an art job, even though I have a diploma and bachelor in art. But rejected. Yeah, art is very subjective, and that's the annoying thing about that job. But rejected left right because they said I don't have an experience socially. I have associated anxiety disorder. Yeah, this is I think that one of the issues the case managers are having at the moment, they have to prove that the person getting the benefit has tried. And I think that proof that they're required to provide now to maintain the benefit is becoming more and more. So no one can just be on the benefit, right?
You have yourself a great
And that was an argument a lot of people have. It's like some people say people are lazy because they're on the benefit and they're on it for years and they don't try. But then when people like yourself are forced to try, it makes the situation worse. So it's like one of the cases of like, what do you do in this scenario? Clearly you shouldn't have the same criteria as someone else, but they are treating you with the same criteria. So we need to change that, but that means easing up the criteria, which is not what they want to do right now. So it's like, yeah, let's go to the stats. My mother-in-law is a WINS worker, and she said 90% rate for getting folk off the benefit, but they were only day jobs, so she inevitably just screwed them up because the benefit got cancelled. Yeah, now they reply, yeah, and the numbers look good. That sadly, yeah, and they use it as a political chip, which is, it's gut name, but we let it happen as a society. We're like, all right, let's get them in government. Like, that's all that matters. Yeah, when you're left with no other decision, so you bite the bullet and put your big girl panties on and face the music, and you just got no fat. Just get a big fat no in your face. In 2020, I was forced out of that voluntary job because of my injury off-site. I've been cleared to work since my hospital, because my hospital appointments backlogged due to the pandemic. So the damage to my health was done, and now I walk with a cane due to the cyst in your ankle. Ooh. Oh, cyst. I wouldn't wish a cyst on anybody.
This village is different.
And I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, it's annoying that, like, if we loosen up the criteria, people are going to complain that the criteria is too loose and people can just be on the benefit all the time. But if we tighten the criteria, people like yourself suffer. So it's like, we're screwed either way, because everyone's just going to be upset about it. And it's probably the most annoying thing in the world, because at the end of the day, people just mark it to like people taking advantage of the system. But the majority, like, you find people taking advantage of the system compared to the people that aren't, and the difference is staggering. Is like, there's not a lot of people taking advantage of the system, and we shouldn't make other people suffer because of that. They still want you. I mean, I think it's less of that they want you to work, it's more of the fact that they have no other option. Like, if the law says this, or the criteria says this, they can't say no, because they're a government worker, they have to enforce the law. So it's just a question of whether, like, what's wrong here? Is it it's the criteria that isn't right for your particular scenario, and why is it treated the same as everybody else? I guess that's the question. And again, this comes from somebody that wishes they didn't need to work, just because of my current situation. I would love to just not be out of work and just live in this scenario, situation, whatever. Hi, Duty? Duty? Hi, Duty, how are you? I feel like that should be more on display. What about the beach here? can't even walk up the stairs, you know. I mean, deep down, I would love to work, but my body says no. I mean, luckily, there's a lot more working from home jobs nowadays. And I'm being a workforce planner, I'm a big advocate for that. Because ultimately, one, it opens up opportunities for people like yourself that could never actually physically go to the office, is that you could actually have a 9-to-5 office job. On theory, a 9-to-5 office job working from home, and a lot of call centers do. Majority of our staff that I look after work from home. They have to come into the office 2 days a week, but like situations like myself, and I know there's other people like that don't go into the office at all due to medical reasons. But a lot more companies are exploring that option, because it means that one, it's a good retention tool, so it keeps people, with the company. But more importantly, it opens your employment pool. I mean, how awesome would it be is like if you find a really good candidate for this job, and they don't live in the CBD, but they live in a let's say Masterton, or they live in Marlborough. Nowadays, with the infrastructure that we're kind of building out, and that everyone's starting to get used to this working from home, those people now can work. And also should bring down housing prices, because people will be able to work wherever they want in the country. But the problem is now that mentality is starting to change, is people have been told to come back in the office. And I tell people that are for coming to the office, shut the hell up, because everyone used to come into the office, and you know what? No one was happy. Everyone was bloody miserable. They spent half their lives sitting on a bus or train going to work and coming back from work. And everyone has to like dress up the way they want, and they're stressed, and you've got sexual harassment, you've got all that other crap that goes with it because people are horrible. But everyone work from home. And yeah, from a social point of view, sometimes you can go a little bit stir crazy, and a lot of people argue the fact that if you come into the office, it's better for team cohesion, and it's good for, from a social point of view. But, I mean, I'm really talking about, like, situations like yourself, Spy, that, can't do that. But you have the opportunity to have the same kind of job somebody that can go into the office have nowadays. And I think that should be more nurtured and expanded, especially from a government side of things. There's especially a lot of public service jobs, call center jobs, stuff like that you could do from home. Work from home is okay if you've got the internet for it. A lot of jobs require certain download and upload speed for internet. When you're down is, yeah. I mean, yeah, that is obviously a bit of a criteria there. But we're getting better at that. The whole point is that it's getting better, and the ones that should be able to do it permanently. I mean, they recently did a bit of a quiz, not a quiz, basically a survey thing with me to make sure that I'm okay mentally working from home with, because I'm not communicating with people in person. And so they did like a little mental health exercise, which I passed, but they do have to be, companies are adapting to figure out, how to check whether people are suited to work from home or not. I'm not great on the phones. That's why I got unpaid voluntary job. I get reception experience. I did that job for 3 years. I was so close to getting a computing course in town 30 minutes away. I could take the bus to go there, but my ankle injury happened and lockdowns happened. I didn't get that reference. So close to getting a reception paid job. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, I guess from your scenario, what they're trying to do is like, you can't obviously live your life not working for the rest of your life. Unless, I do believe people, like, I can't imagine living my entire life with no job or nothing. Just like, that's why I always said, like, if I was become a millionaire tomorrow, I'd be bored within like a couple of weeks. And I mean, you might think, oh, everything paid for, yada yada yada, but I mean, that's not life. Most of the most interesting stories come from work stories. And the only way society works is with people working as well. So I get that aspect, because I mean, if people aren't working, they're not earning money, they're not paying taxes, that means we've got nothing to pay for roads, police, blah blah blah, everything starts to get cut. And then we can't give people the benefit, and then people complain about not having enough money for the benefit, so more people are off on the benefit, and it just society collapses and we're all doomed. That's the summary to that. No one wins in this. I don't know. I just want everyone to be. Why can't we live in a Star Trek? A Star Trek world is where like no one has a job and everyone can just do what the hell they want. I did find it funny. Recently. I don't know, it was recently. It was like a couple of months ago. People discovered the fact that Star Trek was based off socialism. And then they had all these people like going, oh, Star Trek is promoting communism and all that stuff, and socialism and all that stuff. And like, look, communism and socialism are two different things to begin with. Communism, I can't even say the word right, but you know what I mean. That's like China, that's like dictatorship stuff. Socialism is just like, oh, you're part of the society. Here's a few perks to the society that you get from paying a little bit money out of the money you earn. A perk is water. A perk is roads. A perk is police, fire, health. That's socialism. And if you're against that, we're all fucked. Because we're never going to improve a society or help people, because we'll all be like not giving anything out to people. So my last job was a mental health support officer for clients at Wins. A lot of my job was on the phone and Zoom and well. I just had to do it, and I promise you, and done it. And done it freaking well. But see, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I believe you could do it, Spy, and I think you should never limit yourself to it, because I get how from a health point of view and all that stuff, but my life would be so different in a bad way if I didn't work. And yes, there is a lot of crap that goes with working, like underpaying and all that stuff. But I discovered my self-worth working. I got so much confidence through working, because all it took is one person who was training me to tell me that I'm actually a lot smarter than I come on. That kind of snowballed, not an ego or anything like that, just snowballed my ability to actually be a bit more self-confident and develop socially. And because I was a very antisocial person before I had my first call center job at IAD. That's the first job I ever got outside of working for a music store, was being call center for IAD. And that. To be fair, I didn't get a lot of people having a go at me. It wasn't too bad. I mean, I think that's why I have a different perspective when it comes to when I talk about the benefit and I talk about all the social things, because I see why things are said the way they are. So if you call up IRD and you're like, oh, they were jerks, and hang up the phone, what they told you doesn't come from them. It comes from legislation, and you have to quote the legislation, which they didn't write. They'd just pay to enforce it, and somebody has to enforce it. I mean, if you don't have the people on the phone, and you could say, well, if you disagree with it, don't enforce it. But you don't want that. You want people that disagree to enforce it, because otherwise you just get a whole bunch of people supportive of the government, and then you get snaky things happen. That's good, because ID is always hard to get through to. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to get through to, but I understood why it was hard to get through to. it was hard to get through to because you would spend an hour on the phone telling someone the exact same thing that was in law, them acting like they're a customer to a shop that can eventually get their way if they say it enough times, and people would just be given whatever to make them go away. That's a lot of time they do with private companies, is that, you know, if someone kicks up a fuss, they get, even if they're wrong, they still get given something to make them go away. With government departments, you can't do that because that's breaking the law. So if someone calls up and says, I disagree with this, and then you're going and saying, well, the law says this, I can't change the law for you, it's just the law, and they're saying, no, I disagree with that, and there's a backwards and forwards for an hour, this person can't just go, all right, I'll give you that, because legally there's nothing there to let them. So you end up getting people on the phone for hours disputing something they have literally no control over, and then you've got a million, I wouldn't say a million other people, that you've got a good chunk of people wanting to do the same thing. You've got some people just calling up for one simple thing, and then that's it. A lot of the time it's that. It's just the ones that hold up the phone for an hour when that person holding up that call could be smashing out 5 calls an hour. And that kind of stuff happens all the time, probably across all government departments. A lot of the time it's legislation. And what are you supposed to do with legislation? You can't you can't change the law.
This
My
is a really amazing point.
uncle did change the law, though. He got to, so what happened is my auntie Shirley died from a hit and run in Christchurch. Sorry, Dunedin. It was Dunedin. And I'll tell the story probably tomorrow, but long and the short of it, he got denied ACC. Oh, no, he had to choose between getting the ACC benefit or my auntie Shirley's death, or getting the retirement benefit because he was over 65. So he had to choose one or the other because he couldn't get both. Now his argument was, one, he should be getting both because now he's a widow and his partner was intended to work for a couple more years, and the other one is a different kind of, as a retirement benefit, which he paid all his taxes and he paid towards all those years. So one's a social benefit and one's an accident compensation. Now their argument is because they're both social welfare benefits, you only can get one, because you only can be on one social welfare benefit at one time. The same way like a student allowance is a social benefit, or social welfare benefit. And so he fought for years and years on this, and eventually he actually got the law changed. Let me see. Let me see. I'll do this real quick because I gotta go to work. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is. I'll show you. Hold on. Ooh. This will be the last thing I do for the day. Trying to find it. Where is it? Yeah. There we go. All right. The Dunedin man Finhead's lengthy battle with Accident Compensation Corporation is about to have a Parliament sequel and a successful human rights. He went to the Human Rights Tribunal. And yeah, he got the law changed. So, and he was just one guy. Like, he doesn't have any affiliation with any politician or anything. But the thing is that technically ACC hadn't broken the law, but it was still not right. So he ended up getting the law changed. Unfortunately, when I was in hospital in Dunedin, in December, he died. and I couldn't go to his funeral, and that sucked. I was actually having the clot in my heart had moved that day, and I nearly died myself, so that was fun. He died the same day that happened, in December last year. Still gets me. Anyway, we'll leave it there. I'll open my Valley up for multiplayer after. I'm not going to reply to that, Bertie. Anyway, I got to go. So I'll open my Valley up to multiplayer, and anyone's welcome to pop around, as I say all the time. The links will be in... the code to go to my Valley will be in this Discord chat, so you're more than welcome to pop along and check things out. No worries, it was nice to meet, and have it. Yeah, it was good. Though Birdie, this might be the last time that we talk, because I work for ACC. So I don't know if that's the end of our talking, but I will only say that. But anyway, I'll open the Valley up, put the code in, and you're more than welcome to pop by and take off any supplies that you need. And until next time, everybody, kia ora.